Hello. I have no idea what I just said. I had meant to say hello, S-E. S-E? Oh, it's Friday afternoon, can't you tell? Hello, HESA, Higher Education Student Affairs people. Dot Nudie with another tutorial. And actually what you're seeing now is the course shell, long awaited. I've actually been working on this for quite some time. I'm not going to release all the content. Some is ready, some isn't. It's being built. But I'm really wanting to impress upon you the technology standards which I have provided you in the community. But really quickly want to go through and show you all the tabs where everything's at to get you comfortable with it. You'll notice right away that this is not a Fort Hays webpage, but it's a Google site. We call them Googles. And Google stands for Google Inspired Personal Learning Environment. Um, we like to keep it pretty simple, keep the image looking a lot like the Fort Hays webpage. Very similar in design. The color scheme, everything is pretty dadgum close. Okay, so real quickly, just to go across the top, you have the identifier here for the course. Assignments are here, which will be presented to you in a Google Calendar. Everything's going to be due Sunday night, 11:59. There's actually two calendars here. The red one applies to everybody because that's the assignment. And then the on-campus students, this will be telling them when we meet, when we don't meet, and where we meet, because we're going to move around the campus a little bit. But I've got it set up in agenda format so you can see all the information here. 99% of the information that's here will be available in the module. The directions might change a little bit depending on its location. We're not going to say look to the right here. We might say look to the right or to the left in the module itself. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. But this is where you can find, and you can have this calendar loaded to your own calendar. You have permission to do that. Already mentioned the modules. The first two are available. One you're completing right now. Give you some examples. And again, this is what I'm talking about. This language right here that I'm mousing over was already out there available in the community. You have part of this in the community now. I just loaded it. This is module 2. You're going to make an Android avatar of yourself. The directions here will say read the materials to read. It won't say that in the Google Calendar. I can't provide the links to these guys like I can here, but the spirit of exactly the same thing is here. Talking about this first assignment, relating it back to the professional technology goals. We'll talk about that here in a second. And like I said, 3, 4, the rest of the modules will be added in the days to come. Don't get too excited about looking for more. I want you to proceed at a good slow pace. There's a lot to cover, a lot of thought going into these assignments, and a lot of thought on your part will be required to make sure that you get the points that you want. Resources, I have a number of resources here from the various sites that I've researched. We'll address these potentially throughout the semester. We have a social media policy, be kind to one another, follow the golden rule, those sorts of things. The standards or competencies that we have for this course are right here. And so when you're asked to add in at least 2 standards or competencies into an assignment and it says embedded, you're not to write all of this information word for word, and you pick the one that is most appropriate. If you can explain how your assignment that you've created fits this category, then by all means describe it as such. If the best you can get out of it here, that's fine. That's the foundational outcome. This is the intermediate outcome, and of course this is the advanced. And I will have the remaining links in here colored for you. But when you identify a standard in your assignment, you're going to say, okay, this assignment actually helped me to demonstrate that I was able to adapt because technology is changing pretty fast, okay? And then you would say in parentheses tech FO, the numeric sign, or pound 1, and parentheses, and that's how you identify that standard. If you're able to anticipate and be aware and make some judgments based on what you think might happen, and you're able to explain that and provide a rationale for that, and you say it in your own words, then you would, at the end of your statement, put in parentheses Tech AO #1, and that's telling me that's the standard that you have addressed. Now, when you're asked to address two standards, they're not going to be from the same area. This is our standards outcomes. This is 1, 2, 3, and you also know we also got the NASPA standards in there, along with the TPAC. That's a part of the College of Education. There are 14. Any one of these could apply to a particular assignment. Be sure to read through these to make sure, because your first assignment that requires these to be added is Module 2. Okay, so those are the standards. The syllabus is the same thing that you've got in the community. It's here. Tutorials, I create tutorial videos now. They're available there. And here are some different web tools that you might be introduced to in this class. I definitely know you're going to be introduced to YouTube, the Screencast-O-Matic, and a host of others. But a couple of cool things for you to play with. Okay, over here on the left-hand column, click there as a community. Let's go ahead and click on that so you can see. Jump back and forth into the community. Try to make this as seamless as possible. I do a lot of advising outside of the HESA program. So it's been my experience to in these shells to put in the calendar, the course descriptions, connectivity to the library, grad school, Kelly Center, the College of Education. Of course, I need to change that to COE, the department we're in, and of course, Teachers Ed. This is just a standardized Google site that I've created, and we use it in all our courses. Okay, so I did make mention that Module 2, let's go back into it. This is something along the lines of, okay, spoon feed you. The on-campus class got a dose of me the other night and learned about the 3 R's: relationships, rigor. I said it wrong. Relationships, relevance, rigor. Establish a relationship first, make everything relevant, and then you can demand lots of rigor at the end. And so this assignment that you're getting ready to do with the Android guy here, the avatar, you're going to click here, and I want you to create a persona of yourself. I'm going to go into another community real quick and share with you. I don't think those students will mind. What has already been taking place to give you an idea. I like to try to give examples from time to time. And I think this is a good example for you to take a look at. Let's see. This is what I'm expecting from y'all. And, you know, come on. Well, you may not get an example. Well, okay. I think we're just, oh, here we go. About to call that divine intervention. Okay, it's their Module 2 assignment as well. But you get the gist of things right there. I'm going to scroll rather quickly. Okay, this is what you're going to do. All right. Okay, well, that explains, and my goal is to do this. I've never done this before, but I'm trying things out, and since I'm being so meticulous about these assignments, why not take the time to explain them and have more of a teaching presence in this course? So that's Mod 2. Good luck with it. As with everything else, it is due by Sunday of next week, 11:59. Everything will be graded via rubric, and you will get a copy of the rubric sent to you every time with my notes and explanations for any points that may have been deducted. Be sure to take a look at the home page. My expectations are right here. This ought to tell you exactly where you stand when you begin an assignment. Follow the directions. Everything will be fine. Um, all the assignments, with the exception of the video and peer reviews, which you'll be doing, are worth 50 points. The video and the peer reviews do not require having standards embedded or competencies embedded, so I've taken 10 points off of that, and the max of those is 40. Enjoy the weekend, enjoy Module 2, and we'll chat with you soon.